So hello and welcome back to another Christine sitting and chatting video. I actually went out for a walk today in the brief window of time where the sun was out because I was so desperate to get out, but I didn't videotape any of it. It was a pretty walk. It was a little bit on the chilly side still, which is hilarious because this March weather, it's it's doing a number on me. It's been cold, then warm, then cold, then warm, then cold, then warm, and snow, and then sun, and then blizzard, and then sun. It's just, it's been weird. March is the hardest month. I used to say February was the hardest month because February tends to be the coldest and it's still dark all the time. But I think March is harder because March doesn't know what season it wants to be. Part of it wants to be winter, and then you get those days where it's like it just feels like spring and it's so lovely and you're so excited and you're like, yes, spring is coming. And then the next day it snows. It's it's an interesting month, but it's been good. I was on Blue Sky, which is, if you don't know, it's just another social media app. It's a really nice one. It reminds me of how they say that Twitter used to be. Twitter is sort of a cesspool now. I should probably take that out of my little link in the description of my videos. I still have a Twitter. I just don't ever go on Twitter because it's kind of icky now. But I was on Blue Sky and there is I joined like a little, or I'm following people who mention the Upper Peninsula of Michigan because that's where I live. And someone in one of the towns not far from me, a little bit south and about 30 or 40 miles kind of south and west of me, somebody saw a yellow rumped warbler and got a picture of it and posted the picture. And that made me really happy because that is a summertime bird and it was sighted in Escanaba, which means that my birds are hopefully coming back. I don't expect to see a hummingbird until late April or early June, but we do get a nice variety of really cool birds as they're migrating, so I'm excited about that. Also, I do want to apologize for a lack of like videos where I'm doing much talking. I mentioned it in one of my lives. I found out something that might have been part of the reason that my teeth were so bad before I got the dentures. Evidently, I clench my teeth without even thinking about it, and I cracked this top denture. And I went into the dentist to see if it could be fixed, and it can, but I had to go for the last 2 weeks trying really hard not to clench my teeth. And I also put myself back on a soft food diet because I noticed whenever I was actually doing anything like chewing, I could feel the crack in the top. So I've been trying to do not too much enthusiastic talking because I'm afraid that my denture will fly out, and that would be really, really embarrassing. And I don't know if I could live that down. It would probably be very funny, but it would also be humiliating. And I'm not one of those that wants to be humiliated, at least not often. So I've been talking a little bit less and yeah, also put myself back on a soft food diet, which is miserable when you're picky like I am. I've pretty much the last 2 weeks been living on soup and potatoes again. It gets old. I did discover that I can definitely eat pulled pork because it's nice and soft, but Other than that, it's been potatoes and soup, and I'm really tired of potatoes and soup. I'm also really tired of winter. I'm sure that you guys have noticed that I am planning. The good thing about going in and getting this crack fixed is they're doing what there is called, I guess, a hard reline, because it's now been 6 months since I got the all of the teeth pulled and the dentures put in. So what they're going to do is I go in and they're going to take impressions of everything and then redo these temporary dentures so that they fit better. That'll be awesome. It'll probably mean I get to use less of the stupid icky glue that you glue your teeth in with, but it also means I'm going to be all day in the city without teeth. I think I'm going to bust out my face mask again. I'm really self-conscious about it. I thought I was self-conscious about having bad teeth. It's even worse if you have no teeth because your face caves in and you look really dumb. And I didn't used to think that I was vain, but about that, I guess I am a little. So I'm probably going to break out the face mask and just tell everybody that I'm like really worried about the bird flu. Not that I'm not worried about the bird flu, mostly for my bird friends, but that is something that is very much present on my mind. My son-in-law is very worried about the bird flu, especially because when he and my son are coming up here in a couple of weeks, they're going to be going kind of the long way through Wisconsin. And Wisconsin is one of the states that's been hit really, really hard. And he's worried because bird flu made the jump from birds to domestic cats, and they're bringing my 2 grandkitties with them. So I think they're a little bit stressed. As to that, it is T minus 3 weeks until I get my son-in-law, and my grandkitties coming to live here. I think it's going to be okay. I think there's going to be a lot of work, but you guys will get to see them. Unlike my oldest son, my son and my son-in-law are very open to being on camera. In fact, they're probably, they have more personality than I do. Although I think I become more animated with them around, which is good. My oldest son and I, we are too much alike. We get along fantastically. He is the best roommate anybody could ever ask for. He gets along really well, but we're both really, really introverted, quiet people. And my youngest son, I don't know where he got it from, but he is the extrovert to cap all extroverts. I I really don't know where he got it from. I don't know how an introvert who raised another introvert could possibly produce the extroverted child that my youngest was, but he definitely is. He's a lot of fun. And I think you guys will like him. I mean, he's been on the channel before. In fact, he's even read a couple of book chapters. Not that those are on the channel anymore, but he has been there. So I think it'll be a good thing. And we're planning all sorts of gardening stuff and some home renovations. So there will be videos on all of that as summer progresses. But yeah. Speaking of the garden, I would show you my Brussels sprout seedlings, but I moved them. They're doing really good. Some of them have even gotten their first true leaves because, you know, they get those first seedling leaves. And then the second set of leaves are actual true leaves. And I think 4 of the seedlings have those now. So I'm excited. And I'm going to be starting, I think I'm going to start some melons and my cabbage seeds, because if I get those started now, as soon as there's not 2 feet of snow on the ground, hopefully I can get them in the ground, and that would be good. Anyway, enough of that. I have been babbling at you guys long enough. Thank you for listening to me babble. Wish me luck on Tuesday walking around in a city, probably wearing a face mask so that no one can see my caved in face. And I will see you guys later.